creation will cry out and bow before you. So we join in and we declare that you alone are God. There's none beside you. There's none behind us. Because you are who you are, beginning and the end. We say that you're God alone. Hallelujah. That's all we can say. Ooh. There is none like you, no, not one. Hallelujah. None compares to your word, Lord. There is none. No, 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 no. Yeah, I come and bow before you, worship and adore you. You alone are God. You're God alone. You're God alone. You're God alone. You alone are God. You're God alone. You are God alone. You are God alone. You are God.
There is
None like
you.
Right, welcome back. You just watched a performance by the late Danny Nete. We lost him sometime in July, and his funeral will be this weekend. But there's a tribute concert in honor of him. So we'll be talking about that shortly with my guest, and my guest is Pastor Abu Bako. He's from the Logos Rhema Foundation, and he is someone who was very close to the late Danny Nete. Good morning to you, Pastor.
Good morning.
How are you?
I am doing very well, blessed.
It's sad we are talking about the late Danny Nete. I've had the opportunity to interview him once on this couch, and it's sad even thinking about that, but we'll celebrate his life. Can you tell us something about him, how you knew him?
Okay, I first met him in 1991. This was in Reverend Larry Johnson's fellowship.
Okay.
I went to minister there, and I met three of them, Tom Bright Davies, Zap Mallet, and himself.
Okay.
And to show how very tenacious he was about getting to know the Lord more and more. You know, three of them took to me, but he became the one who really pursued the relationship to a point that, you know, I became his spiritual father.
Okay.
And I ended up going to quite a number of nations. I believe one of them in Asia, and then in Europe, quite a few places like Belgium, and then, of course, Switzerland, about 3 locations.
Okay.
And then Malawi, Botswana, South Africa, Nigeria, just to mention a few nations also here on the continent of Africa. And, you know, every program that was major, he was actually featuring. Not only that, when he came to the non-stop praise and worship events we were organizing, each time he was featuring prominently.
Okay.
And this year's 96 hours non-stop praise and worship, he was the main person actually behind the organization. So it's quite, I would say, unfortunate, but it was time for him to go, because he would have been the one that was really the one spearheading everything for the 96 hours praise and worship for this year, which is coming on in November. So on the 15th of July, when he passed on, it was, you know, a bit sudden.
Okay. You know, we hear about Minister Danny Nete, even the little child will know would even mention the name when it comes to praise and worship, and the way he does it, his style. How long was he doing this for before he passed on? And how has his impact been on the current generation of gospel musicians?
I believe that, he had been doing that for about 30 years.
30 years, okay.
I think he started, little by little, from Accra Academy and all those places. He started with Come Back, and then from there he had the IAT, which is It's About Time.
Okay.
Which is the one I think he's done for the last maybe 5, 6, 7 years.
Yes.
Then, of course, he had the concerts at the end of the year. And then, of course, in terms of his impact, I believe that the one everybody remembers is Philippians chapter 1, verse 21. If I live,
I live for you.
Okay, so that's whether you live or die, it should be to the glory of God, and it should be for Christ. So then if I live for you. If I die, let me die in you or for you. So he is seemingly dead, but he is not dead. Because Hebrews chapter 11 verse 4 says, though dead, yet he speaks. That's talking about Abel, but you can apply it to Danny Nete.
Yes.
So every single thing he has done, will actually live on, especially in the light of Revelation 14:13. Blessed are they who die in the Lord henceforth, for their works will follow them. Meaning they cease from their labor, according to that verse, but the works continue to follow.
Yes.
Because at the end of the day, I think what you're remembered for is more important than probably what you think you are achieving.
Yes.
And I think that's an indelible mark he has left on the sands of history, that he has taken praise and worship to another level. He has people that he mentored, like Joe Metal, Nyokai, and some of the other people that people know. Yes. And they will continue with that job. I think that's what I can say concerning
Let's talk about the tribute concert. Where is this taking place, and who are we to expect to perform or help us celebrate Minister Danny Nete?
We would have it tomorrow, from 6 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. And we're expecting quite a number of people. I mean, too numerous to mention, but some of those I've mentioned will be there definitely. But we're even expecting some people from outside of this nation.
Sure.
Then, apart from that, the following day we have the funeral.
Okay. So where's the concert taking place?
It's at the forecourt of the State House.
Okay.
And then, of course, the funeral, there will be filing pass from 7 to about 9. From 9, the funeral service starts, and then the final burial rites in terms of.
That's for Saturday.
Yes, that's day after tomorrow.
Okay.
That will be from 9 a.m. And then, of course, immediately after the interment in Osu Cemetery, we'll come back to the forecourt of the State House for the final, farewell, for lack of a better word.
Yes.
But like I said, it's just a matter of change of address.
Yes.
He has departed, but he is actually living on. Since his life passion was worship, not only in terms of singing, but living for God in every sense of the word.
Yes.
The words he spoke, the life he lived, and all that. Then he's just continued. It's just that he's in a different location now.
Your final words to everybody who has had the chance to worship with Minister Danny Nete, and those who are his family and everybody who is sad at this moment. Final words of encouragement for all of us.
Final words. If you look at Psalm 116, verse 15, it says, precious in the sight of the Lord is the death of his servant. Imagine that you, Martina, had a child that had gone somewhere, maybe for 48 years, and then he comes back, what will happen?
I'll be elated.
You will be very elated.
Yes.
And that's what happened with the father.
Okay.
But on our part, he has traveled. We might go to meet him.
Okay.
Or what might happen is that, we'll wait until the resurrection.
Okay.
Then he will come with Jesus and pick us. Okay. So if there is anything, Danny has not died. Danny is asleep. Danny has changed address. So you rather need to rejoice and remember what it is that he left as a legacy.
Okay.
And if there is any question I want to leave with the viewers, is what will you be remembered for?
That is important. Okay.
Because today we're remembering Danny for a lot of things he's done. There are so many songs, including even one that happened to have been highlighted by Mr. Chachu Chikata.
Yes.
When he said concerning his being in prison.
Thank you very much.
I will worship you.
Yes. Thank you very much, Pastor Abu Bako from the Logos Rima Foundation. I wish we had more time to continue this, but some other time. And right now, we'll leave you with some spoken words in honor of Minister Danny Nete. And I hand you over to Nia Shite as he helps us celebrate the late minister.
Sweet fragrance, good voice, calling out my attention in such advance. I'm still searching. Who amongst my creatures does this? Ooh, that's Danny Nete, my most humble servant with reverence. He knocks at my door and whispers my name with difference. Engulf me, he cries. Oh God, you mine. I feel it inside. Your saints are compromising with guilt. The pulpit is filled with filth. And here I am, right before your presence, ready to build. What is the definition of life, I inquire? With my gift and my glorious choir, you've always been my heart desire. God, I'm calling out to you. Chillax, Danny. I am the word. Like a double-edged sword, I pierce and divide. I rule and instruct. All I want is your heart. Just yearn for me. Like Mali music says, when the Eden rise against you, I'll fight for you. Because you hold the light. Your voice is smooth. It switches your wrongs to right. Depression is for a night, but my joy comes in the morning. Stop groaning, Danny. I'm with you and your family. The world will miss you, but I will need you for an issue in my bosom. Because you've always recognized I died for a ransom. And so I understood when you use worship as the custom.